Yo, nephew, hand me that bar stool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner, 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner, 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. Fresh and clean.
Welcome to 21st in Prime, sponsored by Heineken 00.
You know, Coach, it's January.
Right.
And so we have people that have, as you would say, New Year's solutions to old problems. You know,
Right.
some folks have been, candid, they've been getting it in too much and not focused
Getting
on what
it in
they,
how?
as in partying, eating, drinking too much, and not
Overindulging.
That's why you're the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Heineken 00. 0 calories, 0 alcohol. We want you to log on to beerforjanuary.com. That's beerforjanuary.com. Take advantage of some of the great things and find out more information, you know, because again, a lot of people are looking for that New Year's solution to last year's problem. Coach, you had an opportunity, and I saw this and I was astonished by this.
Strong word, astonished.
I was astonished.
That's a
No,
strong word.
new administration, but the previous administration handed out hundreds of pardons.
Which is a blessing. Yeah, you say
Little
what it
Wayne.
is. Say what it is.
Well,
Say what it is.
That's what it was.
There you go.
It was a blessing. You played a role, however you want to, in Lil Wayne's.
Lil Wayne is like, I love him to life. I know him personally. I know him off camera, off beat. I know him. And he's a great young man that needed a pick-me-up. And for me to have the opportunity to write a letter about his character and who he really is was easy for me to do. I just put pen on paper and the rest, the heart took over from there. And that's how it went down.
Do you feel, and again, Lil Wayne or others, is because what I see the definition of pardon means is another chance.
Right.
A cleaning of the slate. You
Right.
have, you know, in case of some of your kids, you give them like 15, 20, 500 chances.
God has given me a second and third and fourth chance.
I said 1,500, but so,
And my back.
Mhm.
Everybody needs somebody to have their back from time to time. And that's all I did. That's my dude, man. That's my dog. That one of the most intelligent young men I've ever
I
met.
believe he scored 1,400, 1,200 on his SAT or 13, some number like that he scored on his SAT. I read that somewhere.
And does not write a thing down on paper and just spits out of his head. It's unbelievable.
So, you know, we're gonna move on, but I'm fascinated from the standpoint that I guess what pricked you to do that. I guess
I was asked. I mean, I was asked,
Well, I mean, I'm
and,
sure-
and,
yeah,
and I
okay.
took the opportunity. I wanted to. They ain't had to force me. I promise you that. That's my dude. We call each other and check up on one another often. And I'm talking about, we have some real deep conversations about life, about people, about love, about business, everything.
I want to talk about some people that I would like to. I'm giving a pardon to, since we're going to give some sports pardons out.
Who?
And I want to find out how much and what you would do, because these people need money now
Who?
because their contracts up. I'm sorry, with AB.
AB gonna get paid. He ain't got paid yet?
No, I'm talking about AB that plays for Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And?
How is he going to get paid when the season is just over? And he is due for something.
Yeah, if you
My
let,
question
if,
to you,
if you let him go free, he's gonna get paid.
What-
He's gonna get paid.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah.
Why? You believe that Antonio Brown, that has the history that we all know about,
When was the last time you seen anything about the history of Tony Brown?
because he was in a certain destination. That's what that gets
No,
to another
no,
question.
no.
No, I'm just telling you.
You just can't say his destination prompted him to do right. Right is in you. Right is in you. Either right is in you or wrong is in you. So
No, there's a lot of wrong in him. There's a lot of
When
wrong.
was the last time you heard that AB did wrong? I got time.
You got time. We just got a few months. He's been clean for the first time for a couple of months.
A couple of months.
A couple of months.
First of all,
a couple of months. You've been clean for 50 years.
In order to even play this game,
right,
he had to be clean and doing right to even get the opportunity to play in the second half of the season. The season started in September, October.
Well, he didn't get in the game till late in the game because of his pass.
October.
Okay, yeah, he got in the game in October. Mm-hmm. When he came in October,
January.
When he came, bruh, that's the shortest clock I've ever seen. No. Nobody else get a clock this short.
Yes, they do.
No.
Yes, they do.
Who? Hang on. This young man, I love this kid.
You don't.
You're wrong.
I can't tell.
No, you can know.
You're a little strange.
No, because we have a conversation.
You look like you got a.
You said we on Barstool. Barstool, we gonna
you having a Barstool. You have a bazooka on your shoulder shooting at this kid right now.
I'm not shooting at him. I'm asking you, Coach. Now this.
You saying he's only good because of his destiny, of his location.
I'm saying right now, and what we know about behavior, right now, he has been able to keep the demons for 2 months. No more. Okay. No more. Okay.
I disagree. But okay.
Go look at you can go look at his history.
I disagree, but
he got some other stuff the NFL's investigating.
They're not investigating.
They are investigating.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Yes, they are.
What?
They're investigating another incident where he did something.
What? You just hersay. What?
No.
What did they investigate?
No, they're investigating a situation. I can go down the list.
What?
A confrontation he had with somebody else, a security guard or something else.
At his house?
I don't know nothing about it. What I know is I don't ever hear.
I haven't heard about that one.
I've never heard anything from you.
I haven't heard that.
No, it's there.
No,
and there was something before that.
No,
and then there's a way.
It was nothing before that. Only thing was it was with the girl,
Coach,
who's the girl right now that has gone from millions to I think 100. Last time I checked,
I don't know.
How do your case go from millions to 100? Was reported just recently?
All I know is there's always trouble following him.
No, I'm not with that one.
I know you're not with it, but that don't mean it's not true.
I'm not saying the subject is what?
The subject is, what I'm going to ask you is, in these pardoning scenarios, what kind of deal?
He was pardoned. He was pardoned. That's why he's playing.
Right. So, now the money comes. So I'm asking about the money now. Mm-hmm. What kind of money would you, as a coach, GM,
the top-ranked player is 20, right? Let's just say top-ranked player is 20.
Right.
Okay? So half that dude is 10, right?
Right.
Let's start right there.
Do we start there?
How you not?
Here we go. I'm going to tell you how. Slow down.
I got time.
You good. How you not is you have to look at whether someone you can trust them to, because there's an investment.
First of all, ain't nothing in NFL guaranteed, but ain't nothing. Let's get this straight.
No, what you get is guaranteed.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
what you get is not guaranteed.
No, what you negotiate in the guaranteed part of your
contract.
In the
guaranteed part of
That's what I'm saying.
And how many people have that?
So my question is, how much do you, general manager, coach, billionaire Dion, what do you give someone with this history? And because you got to protect your franchise
I give them
too.
what I can afford. That's what I give them. I give everybody what I can afford. I don't give you no more, no less than what I can afford to give you.
Okay, then let's
based on risk.
And no. Okay, no, that's what I'm saying. It's
based on everybody's a risk.
Right.
Based on risk and ability.
Okay. How does that formulation work? When you say risk,
if
and
your
ability,
risk overshadows your ability, you got to go. If your risk overplays your ability, you got to go. I'm one of those coaches. You get judged on your ability. You come in. My desk is right there.
Right.
If you come in here,
get a picture of that.
It
There's
ain't
coach's
played
desk right there, so you can see coach's desk.
Snap, and you ain't played a snap. And you smoking, you drinking, you fighting, you tearing up my dorms. You got to go. Now, if you're a dog,
okay, if you're a dog,
and you smoking and drinking and tearing up that stuff, you got to go too. But I'm gonna give you a chance to come back after you rehabilitate yourself. All right, both of you gone. But you got to
you got to be sweating in your office.
Rehabilitate yourself. Then you can come back.
So how many year deal? Because that's what I'm trying
what
to
I
get
can afford. What I can afford. Risk and reward, man. What can I afford?
Is it? Then let me ask you this way: is it a long-term deal? Like 4 years, 3 years? I think he got 4 years left.
Okay, first of all,
So-
3 years is really 1.5. Let's just get football contract term. When you hear somebody getting a 10-year deal, it's really a 5-year deal.
Right. It's whatever the guaranteed money is divided by 3.
That's it.
Whatever the guaranteed money is divided by 2 or 3.
Would they be? I would say a 4-year deal.
So there's a 4-year deal. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, I'm your capologist.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got.
No, we got other people talk about why we just bungee jumping on AB.
I was asking the question. This is where it went. That's what.
No, but you bungee jumping on AB.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
It's borderline hating. It's borderline hating. It really is. You got several other guys on that, and you just doing a deep investigation like it's 2020.
I have not said anything.
Yes, you have.
I simply asked you the question, and we can go check the tape and people in the room. I just asked you what you're going to pay to do. What would you do? What would your
I'm going to start off.
And you said what you could afford, but I just want to be clear on this so we don't get this mixed up.
Okay.
I love this kid. I don't know.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
Your love is strange.
No.
Your love is strange.
Just because
Whenever you start off with I love, that means there's some hate.
No, I got a job.
You don't never start off and say, I love this kid.
I took Cam Newton. All these other different guys.
You trying to get Cam?
No,
you trying to get Cam out of the job too?
No, I'm not. Well, he should be.
You need to
Cam
stop,
got Cam
dog.
out the job.
Dog, stop.
What did I have? I didn't throw the 7, 8 touchdowns. That wasn't me. That was Cam.
Then you giving the other kid.
What kid?
You put him on the field before Cam.
He just got signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What that mean?
That means he got close.
That means he gonna back up the backup who backs up the backup.
But he will see the
that.
field.
No, what you know what that means?
No.
You know what that means? That he got signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers. That means a brother looked out for him. That's the head coach. That's what that means, and you know it, and I'm proud of it. You know it. You know darn well what that meant. You need to stop. Like he got him based on ability. Please. No.
The kid does.
The brother took care of the brother. That's what that meant. He wasn't gonna leave him out there hanging.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I think just like if Carson Wentz, I'm really going to see this Philly thing. If Carson Wentz got shipped out of Philly to somewhere, he would be one of the first guys some team would sign.
I'm pretty sure.
For that same reason.
No, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's a legit. It's not because he's a brother. This kid can throw the football and he has abilities. He just got to learn from somebody.
This who?
I'm talking about the kid Haskins. That kid has ability. He just we're gonna have to find out whether he got it here or not.
So if you're a GM, you picking him up?
I would have picked him up. Yeah, I can pick him up for nothing if he has ability. I'm not picking him up to start. Did I say I was picking him up to start?
Sometimes you really amaze me.
What?
Because you lying, and you know you lying, dog.
What?
You know darn well if you was a GM, you wouldn't touch Haskins. You'll slam your door in somebody's face and then come in there. Hey, Haskins outside. Hey, Haskins outside in the lobby. He want to see you. You'll dip out your little side entrance and get in the car and hit the gas. You need to stop, dog.
No, because
stop, man.
No, because again, we've had this, and here's what's interesting about this conversation there. Like you say, if you see something you like or have an interest in, you're inquisitive. I think the young man has talent. I don't know.
So are you inquisitive?
I would be inquisitive with
about what?
Him being a quarterback or a backup.
Oh, he has to have talent. First of all, to go that high in the draft. To go that high in the draft, you got to have talent.
No, but what I'm saying simply is with the Haskins situation is, and this is what I was saying before, and it's just like now, Matthew Stafford trying to get out of Detroit.
We told you he ain't trying to get out. They want out.
Let me rephrase him.
They want out.
No. They want him out.
Yes.
No, they want him out.
They've been wanting him out.
Yes. And so the point is, somebody was talking about trading. There ain't no place to trade Matthew Stafford.
You're not going to win.
That's exactly.
They've had how many years to try to win with it? No, it's not going to work there.
If Matthew Stafford was a third-year quarterback who had failed, somebody would sign the young quarterback.
You can't compare him to Matthew Stafford.
No, I'm just saying.
You cannot do that.
It's not a comparison because Matt is a 10-year such. My point is that the reason I took the position on Haskins has to do with his age. That's the only reason I'm making the same thing. That's why I put Carson Wentz and any of these other young guys.
They see how I'm looking.
Teams will sign up younger players and give them another shot.
Okay.
But an old salty dog like Cam, there ain't no shot for Cam no more. There ain't no shot for Matthew Stafford no more. Where?
There ain't no shot for Cam or Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Are you kidding me, dog? Are you kidding me?
I got time.
So ain't no shot for Cam or Matthew Stafford.
Time.
I bet both of those guys will be playing in the NFL next year. Both of those guys. And we got sweet tea on it.
Can we double another sweet tea? Because I didn't bring the other one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I want my sweet tea. Yeah.
Sweet tea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about that. In that, the kid already
You ought to
signed
change
the
though.
team.
Yeah,
Anyway, we're gonna go
to
to
hookup.
Huh?
It's a hookup, and I'm happy about the hookup. Sometimes we need to hook each other up. You ain't bring up no more names but AB. You set up there single-handedly and try to kill AB. You say you had several names up there. What other names at? Who's the other names? Who's the other name?
About Haskins.
That was not one of them. We just arbitrarily brought that up. Who was the other names? Besides, do they decide? No, you said do they? Would you pay them? It was supposed to be a whole segment on that, but you spent your time killing AB. Now you ain't got nobody else.
I didn't know.
Who else you got?
Didn't have to put them on the list. The other guy to talk about is the kid from Seattle.
Who?
Who's got his 800,000th time? Josh
Gordon?
Weed Morgan.
No, you got stop.
So again,
why would you bring Josh Gordon up?
It's the same story. That's
Josh Gordon ain't even in the league. Why would you bring him up?
Because we were issuing pardons.
Oh, you didn't pardon. Give him a shot. Everybody gets a shot. Everybody gets back in. Bring in Eddie Kane. Night like this.
Get you some swag at 21st and Pride.
Rain just will fall.
Subscribe to us at 21st and Pride.
Dang.
Catch our YouTube channel at 21st and Pride.
Eddie Kane.
As well. And when we come back, I'm going to talk to the coach. I'm going to ask him a question. Would you ever consider coaching in the NFL?
No.
That was the next segment. We're going to go in the next segment.
Barstool Sports, baby.
Welcome back, 21st and Prime. Okay, Coach. Since I'm so negative, I want to talk about some positivism. That's
time.
A word.
About darn time.
You're terrible, man. You were wrong for that. Positivism is a new word. Positivism. Put that up on the screen.
Got you.
All right. And I'm glad Florio, Michael Florio, who's a writer, Pro Football Talk.
Why are you even mentioning him?
Because
on the show?
because he said something that I finally agreed with after all these years.
Okay.
And the point is that I asked you the question before the break. Would you ever consider being a head coach of the national? I mean, let me back. So you have
no thought, no want, no desire, no passion, no nothing for coaching at the next level. I am so engulfed and happy and elated and purposeful here.
Oh, come on, man.
At Jackson State University.
Man, come on.
I am
You keep talking about truth, and we're here at
I will cry to you before I lie to you. I cry to you before I lie to you. I'm right where I want to be.
So I know that part. I know
none.
That. So, but even right where you want to be, there
James,
is no...
I could have coached in the NFL.
No. That ain't what I'm talking about. That ain't what I'm talking about.
What you know? Head coaching?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't want it.
Never ever.
I'm not.
Why would you? Okay, let me ask that question.
It's a difference of guys wanting to get to the next level as men, as professionals from amateurs that I'm attracted to, that I feel like I can play a major role in helping them get to that destination. A pro that's commanding millions and really don't want to work and really don't want a job but don't want to work, I got a problem with that. Mm-hmm. And there's no way they would meet my expectations.
Okay, so here, let me help you out now. You came here to affect change. Mm-hmm. What's the difference in affecting change at this level? I know the answer to this.
The change of these young men getting the opportunity
to
be a professional. They're already professionals. What's going to change about that?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. What, you do not believe that you could not go in?
I could affect change in Mars.
That's exactly
because that's just who I am. But no, I don't want that. That does not interest me at all.
Back to the statement about Michael Florio, Pro Football Talk. The article I saw, and I agree with 100%. I don't know if you saw this or not, but do you realize that the Houston Texans interviewed Josh McCown for the head coaching job?
And I got time.
Yeah, I got time too.
But
what he said was, and I agree, it is a mockery. It is a travesty, in my opinion, not anybody else's opinion, my opinion, for when I asked you 2 weeks ago, about Leftwich or Josh, some other guys who are in the league who've shown this, that, and the other. The Houston Texans, in my opinion, it's their team. Billionaire people, it's your team, it's your team.
It's your team.
How they could interview him over so many other qualified folks.
Because I guarantee you someone had a relationship with someone who had a relationship who recommended that someone that had a relationship that vouched for this gentleman. I guarantee you. I guarantee.
That's some bullshit.
True.
That's some bullshit. That's some straight up bull.
Okay, let me just get point blank. You're here because you're talented. You're here because you're good, you're witty, you're sarcastic, analytical. I can keep going. Negative. And all of above.
Positives.
But one of the overqualified. But one of the major reasons we have a relationship.
We have a relationship.
And I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you when all hell is broken loose, you're gonna do your job. What's the difference, dog?
The difference would be.
I'm not saying it's right.
I know. I'm not saying you are. It
is what it is, man. It's relationships. It's relationships.
I sit here, and again, we had a cry and kind of switching gears here a little bit. We had a cry from a quarterback. The quarterback of Eric Bieniemy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here looking at all. We talked to Barry earlier,
mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to not call Barry. I didn't want to put Barry in a tough situation because I'm still trying to grapple with why they hired the guy that they hired, and the answer is what you keep saying. Just because it's true. No, he had access. He had access.
You can't tell no billionaire what to do with his money when he became a billionaire without you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody telling you who to get a job to for the yard man or the pool man or even the housekeeper, if you're blessed to have one. Oh, let's just demote it. The car wash man. You going to the place where you feel like you got a good relationship and they're going to do a good job. That's it. That's it. That's how it happens.
But then,
is it right? No.
But then when the question continues to be asked, I guess, why are you failing? That answer, because of the guy you hired. And my only question, well, it's a two-part question. Number one, do you ever see a time where that will change, that access trumps capability?
Usually, the NFL is the foreshadow of everything.
Okay.
But I feel like in this aspect, college has to be.
Okay, I'm listening. I got time.
I think if college shows the way, the next migration would be to the NFL, not vice versa.
How can college, so be more specific.
More African Americans should be hired at the collegiate level. Because you're dealing with young, impressionable 70% or 75% of African American kids that makes up a college roster. So that college coach is really more so than the NFL, a father figure for those young men. So now he's held up in that light. He has a promising coaching staff and a promising record that now he's seeing in a whole different light. And it's very presentable to the next level. Other than that, you figure, okay, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to be the coordinator. I'm going to be the assistant coach, and some billionaire is going to hire me. That ain't working. Let's try the other way. But who's going to force the hand in college when you have the same thing? Maybe not billionaire, but millionaire boosters that are calling the shots.
Right. And that's where
the hands is forced. You got a better shot at forcing in college.
To me, it seems like it would almost be easier
in college,
in the NFL, because you only have one billionaire to persuade.
But that billionaire is a little older.
I understand.
And come from the
but
old
it's
school.
Less number.
But he comes from the old school. Now that millionaire that's at that college level, he's easier to be persuaded if the right persons are persuading him.
I'll give you an example of where I'm not sure I agree with that, because you might have competing millionaires, boosters,
True,
billionaires.
and you do.
Matter of fact, competing billionaires in circumstances
You do.
where one's voice may, because see, that's the reason why I think trying to persuade one individual is, to me, much easier than trying to handle that college booster crowd, because Fred gave, O'Shaughnessy gave money, and somebody else gave money. They're all digging in, because when they boosters give the money, I remember there's a big Auburn booster back in the day. They owned a bank, and I won't get into the name of it, but they just control everything, and they had problems. And so Auburn always had turmoil with the coach, because there was a power struggle among the boosters to see who was in control.
It's like that. It's like that a lot of places.
Yeah. So to me, if we can, and a lot of the old school just got to die out, to be honest with you. I don't mean it to be crass.
Yeah, that's not a good word.
But the reality is that because see, to me, one of the best things that ever happened to, I think, ownership in its totality, in sports ownership, was Mark Cuban. At the time now, 20 years ago, brash, young, boomer.
Mark Cuban can't do no wrong in my book. For what he's just did with the gentleman who was the former player, rehabilitating him is unbelievable. The guy that once upon a time played for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Delonte West?
Delonte West. Yeah. For what he's done with that young man.
Are we going to do truth or not do truth?
I know you too well.
Are we going to do truth or not do truth? See, you want to talk about truth.
Hell is real. Hell is real. Hell is a real place. You do know that, right? Yes. Hell is a real place.
What?
It's a real location. It's a real destination. Hell is a real destination.
So Delonte West was the guy.
No, dog. I'm done with the story. God,
did I ruin your story?
God bless.
Did I ruin the story?
Mark Cuban for what he's doing with
Delonte West.
Hell is real.
But well, I just wanted to, karma had something to do with that. Anyway, my point.
Hell. With barbecue on his shoulders. Barbecue sauce on his shoulders.
Y'all have to look up the Delonte West
No,
story.
they don't.
Stop. Yeah, they do to find that out.
Stop.
I ain't saying nothing.
Stop.
Come on, man.
But you just mess up a good story.
Yeah.
God.
Can we talk about LeBron now, or we'll wait till later on in the show? So the coach. When we come back, by the way, remember, swipe up at 21st and Prime. There's a lot of merch there at 21st and Prime. Also, Dion, somebody go get Coach. At 21st and Prime, we want you to subscribe.
Hey, the last segment, man. You're going to hell. You're going to hell, man.
We'll be right back.
Always in the game, never ever on the sideline.
All right, guys, let's face it. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with getting a little help. I'm going to give you a website. Write this down. I'm going to talk real slow. GetRoman.com. GetRoman, specifically swipes, is what you need. Because, those of you, those of us a little longer in the tooth, plumbing don't work like it used to. Hey, man, that's life. As Dion says, Coach Prime would say, it's the pump count. Some of us have exceeded our pump count. You have to look that up. That's another episode. I want you to log on to GetRoman.com, because the beauty of it is that it's all right to need a little help, but you got to tell anybody. It's done discreetly. You don't have to go into the pharmacy and stand there, and feeling uncomfortable if you are or whatever. The bottom line is you log on to GetRoman.com. They'll connect you with a doctor via telehealth, and then they're going to change your life. And when I say change your life, I'm telling you, change your life. Get the Roman swipes. These swipes, what you got to do, as they would say, wrap it up, flip it, rub it down, whatever. Oh, no. I'm telling you, it's oh, no. And the thing you need to do is just think about it from this perspective. There's no reason why, as you get a little longer in the tooth, that you still can't have a full set of enjoyment, shall we say. So So I'm encouraging you right now, log on to GetRoman.com. Log on, talk to the medical professionals there. They'll send you the swipes in a package, in a discreet little package. That's GetRoman.com. Welcome back to Front First Prop, bro. You know what we need to do? We need to get some handcuffs so that way we can keep Coach kind of handcuffed to the table so he can't walk
Knowing
out.
you probably got some handcuffs at home.
No,
By the bed. You knowing you.
See there.
Yeah.
Out of mind, heart speak. Is that what you're trying to say? I don't know about that, but anyway.
ain't
So
never- you wasn't gonna tap
time
me
for
up.
some quick hits.
I done a lot of things, but that ain't one of them.
Time for some
Even
quick.
cuff me.
Yeah, we had a
I
good.
need my freedom.
I got a chance to talk to my two favorite players. Seriously, all with the same last name, which is kind of weird too. But it got me thinking. You as a player, and I want to share obviously here. Who are some of the guys that our era then, that you love
Our era?
our era, and then I want this era too. But that was must watch. I got to get home and watch this dude play. Obviously, to a certain extent.
Eric Dickerson.
Was it the curl though? Because y'all was
He
curl
had the
brothers.
curl. Yeah, we had curl.
Yeah, y'all did, 'cause-
But Eric was just that dude. ED was that dude, man. Marino wasn't no joke. Marino was a bad boy.
Marino, stop right there.
Dan Marino wasn't
Stay
no
right
joke.
there. Is there what was different about playing against Dan than maybe playing against a Troy or Montana, if there was a difference?
Dan had such a quick release. I remember covering one of the, I don't know if it was Duper,
Marker,
Clayton,
yeah.
or Nat Moore, but Dan looked away through the whole progression of the route. Then at the last minute, he just turned and threw it because he knew the receiver was going to be there. And it was completion. I said, dang. Because usually, I'm trying to bait a little bit, but he just turned it around and let it go. And he just was on top of his game. Then he was a leader, a bona fide leader like never before. I love some Dan Marino at the quarterback position.
Who was your best quarterback battle in your mind? Just you're playing him. Because you said something.
You talking about Steve Young or Troy or Montana. I mean, those guys.
And let me ask it this way. What quarterbacks that you knew is you and me? I would say more so than scheme. Were there any?
None, because the quarterbacks I played against in that era had.
Well, they knew. I'm going to say.
No, they had the dog out there too, and then they had that grown man on the other side as well. So it was scheme, it was intelligence, it was all those quarterbacks had a dog, man. They had a grown man, all of them, all those. Shoot, you're talking about Marino, Elway, Aikman, the guys from San Fran, of course.
Yeah, Rice, Taylor,
Buffalo,
Andre, Moles was up there too.
Brett Favre. You talking about
Sterling.
a heck of a quarterback era, man.
Yeah. I think
That
we're
all gold
I think we're in the
jackets.
great quarterback era now.
No, but they don't have the receivers to complement that.
Right, fair.
These guys had the dogs out wide as well that can go get you. And that the proclaimed number 2. John Taylor, man, was a 2. John Taylor was a 1, really.
He was a 1.
Right. Yeah, it was unbelievable, man. It really was. That era was great.
One of the guys, and how I call it a trick box. Most people, if you say who's the greatest defensive player ever lived, and they're talking about up front, they're going to go to Lawrence or they're going to go to Reggie.
True. Or Bruce.
And Bruce. But I still believe that Lawrence and Reggie are the first 2 names, and then Bruce comes in behind that in most cases.
True.
And Lawrence was amazing because, to me, the guy that single-handedly didn't help Herschel Walker become a great player was Lawrence Taylor. And what I mean by that, Herschel had a good career, but he couldn't run the eye because Lawrence was going to be at the handoff if he was 10 yards back. And so therefore Herschel had to get in the brown or blue sets or whatever because they got to get the ball quicker. On the other side of that, Reggie White, and I always tell people, I said, the difference between Reggie, and this is really kind of a difference between Reggie and what separated for me Reggie a little bit over Bruce was You either has a defensive lineman, either had speed or power. One of your classmates, we were talking with Barry earlier in the week, Derek Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
It was all speed.
Right.
You know, LT was speed and power too. Speed creates power. But Reggie was, oh my gosh.
Reggie's everything.
I mean, it was just the most amazing because you don't have that in a package. And so for me, Reggie was just like, I mean, still to this day, I mean, like you look at Aaron Donald, you know, we've had Warren Sapp, but they weren't 6'4", 5",
right.
and 300 and, you know, or 290, 280 or whatever. He was just an amazing player. Before we get out of here, Coach, I want to ask you a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of, and I think you were double-minded today, so I'm glad this came up. What is double-minded?
Having two separate thoughts on the same issue.
I say that, and then I want to go into more personal, but I mean, but the argument that was presented today to me is, number one, we were talking about the coaching situation and the travesty of, you know, well, you didn't use travesty. What they did in Detroit bothers me. Interviewing somebody from that bothers me. But the other side of that was, as a billionaire, you make the statement again. You can't tell this person who is
a billionaire what to do with his money.
That he put everything on the line to get him or her where they are. Mm-hmm. So talk about the concept of double-minded for the lay people.
The scripture says double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, double-minded person. Double-minded, to me, the definition of that is having two separate opinions on the same issue. And therefore, that prompts instability. It's no way that you could have stability when you're thinking two separate ways on the same thing. It don't make sense whatsoever. So now you don't have any stability whatsoever to speak on, to think on, to talk about, anything whatsoever. And that's the epitome of being double-minded. It's almost like you can't tell me, hey, I don't want y'all cussing in here, and they turn their back, now you cussing everybody out. Well, didn't you just say that? I know what you meant. You meant right. That was right how you meant. But then you did what you told us not to do. You got two minds. That don't make sense to me. To me, that's double-mindedness.
So how do we help folks get a grip on that, I guess would be.
You got to call them out on it in a nice, respectful way. Hey, let me tell you something, man. You know, when you told me that, I really believed you. And I tried my best not to use profanity in your presence or whatever. But when I see you using profanity, it prompts me to. So if you could not, I would appreciate it because I'm trying to do what you asked me to do. That's a remedy.
Before we get out of here, I'm going to embarrass Coach Prime.
Well, come on then.
I'm going to embarrass Coach Prime because
you already did by what you said.
No, because you know there's we talk about all the time. Give me my flowers while I yet live.
Your flowers in the trash bag. I don't want none out in the trash bag.
Well, it's something I had to hide it from you because you always. So you know your nephew, who by the way, Coach.
That's a nice package.
Coach, you know my son Jamie.
Glitter. I want you to go home with glitter.
Well,
hey, make sure we get something to get this off because you go home with glitter on your hands. Trouble.
Coach, you know football season's coming up this spring here at Jackson State University. That's where we're here. And the guys here, by the way, welcome Ryan. He's in the house for the first time. In the house. Appreciate you being here. And obviously, Jermichael doing a great job.
Is that a Philadelphia Flyer?
It's
See, I know my hockey.
And Eagles.
No. I just want you to know I know my hockey.
Yeah, the problem is his team. But anyway, my son wanted to thank you because Coach, you know, had said, you know what, I got something that Jamie can do during the season. And so
I wanted the glitter getting on it.
That's all right.
You got to explain
I'm going to change it. But he made something in his art class, and I well, I'm going to let you open it. I want you to look at it. And again, I don't want to put you in trouble now. You got glitter. See that here. But I just want to, you know, because you don't know what people mean until you. So my son drew up. Let me pull that off. So this is Coach Prime.
Nice upper body.
And so he made this for you because he just wanted to say thank you, Coach. Because you got something, you're gonna let Jamie be on the field and make sure you don't do nothing else but be on the field. So
and you don't even believe, which I don't like that. Because I told you that the role I was gonna give your son, and you said he's gonna do something.
No, I did not.
You insinuated he's gonna do something to get a penalty.
He's like his daddy.
He's gonna go too far. He's gonna go too far.
But anyway, so he wanted you to have that put in your office somewhere.
The little Jamie Duke. Hey man, I appreciate you. I love you. This is definitely matches my office. It's gonna be in here somewhere. I promise you. I like that.
All right. That's going to do it for this edition of 21st and Prime. We appreciate you tuning in as always. Remember, swipe up at 21st and Prime. Also, get the merch, man. There's some great, great merch that won't have glitter on it. Coach, we'll get all that. I'll take care of all that. I promise
And if
you. Sorry
Jamie's
about
not
that.
here next week, he's in hell. Because he ain't no good. If y'all only knew.
I'm just trying to sign off.
This is nasty, man.
Oh, okay.
Hell is real.
Mark Cuban, thank you. He said
You
it.
need to stop.
And you did.
Mark Cuban is a blessing.
He is. He absolutely is.
Stop, dog.
Why you keep looking at me like
'Cause
that?
when I looked at you, I knew. Put you something else, man. Lord Jesus.
Hand me that bar, Stu. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the